Because it is the best food in the world, and it is so satisfying and delicious. Hi, I'm Lalasia Bialic-Murphy. I am a lead scientist in the Crowther Lab here at ETH Zürich in beautiful Switzerland. So I'm a plant population to community ecologist, and the overarching work that I'm doing here is describing life history variation of species. Over a relatively short period of time, we've seen an explosion of diversity across this globe, ranging from short-lived species that mature and die within weeks to sentinel tree species that live for decades. And so one of the remaining questions is, what leads to this diversification? What environmental factors, genetic background information that leads to the explosion of diversity that we see on this earth? And then the second topic is placing that in an anthropogenic change context. There's a lot of theories associated whether short or long-lived species are going to be more susceptible to extinction, but we don't really have generalizable patterns. And so my work is looking at these patterns and understanding how species are changing in an environmental context to anthropogenic stressors and mapping that out across the globe. We're in this crisis of trying to understand and prioritize where to restore native ecosystems, how do we efficiently and effectively do that, and by understanding extinction patterns, which species are most susceptible, we can help develop more efficient and effective strategies. And all of us are reliant on plants and terrestrial ecosystems for our well-being. And so really understanding how do we protect and preserve our native ecosystems in efficient ways in this era of anthropogenic change is critical. My path as a scientist was not linear. I started out in my undergraduate degree as a business major. I then transitioned into teaching. I taught mathematics to middle schoolers, and then started getting into place-based curriculum to help develop experiential learning for science and math for students. And that kind of led me into conservation management, which then led me into research on ecology. So very nonlinear, but I guess all those experiences led me here. Tom Crowther has brought ecologists from really different backgrounds, and by having this diversity of backgrounds, it pushes our knowledge and pushes our assumptions as an ecologist, and I think that that really drives innovation and has really improved my work and my way of thinking about ecology, and just having this close-knit group of people that are coming from very different backgrounds has been super fun for me. Most of my adult life I've lived in Hawaii and been very close to the ocean, so swimming, diving, surfing, anything related to the ocean. And Switzerland is a little bit far from the ocean, so I've had to shift a little bit, but I've gotten into skiing and being out in the snow in the Alps and climbing. And so yeah, anything to do with nature. The first time that I tasted a mango,